Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another trade recap video. I just want to go through a trade that I took last night. First trade of the month in September on GBPCAD, a long position on GBPCAD. Now, like I do these trade recaps for, I do them more mainly for myself and my personal development as a trader, just to document my trades, review them, and vocalize them because, and also upload them on YouTube, so it's out there in the public and it's just a way for me to keep accountable and keep true to myself instead of making up fudging stories in my head to reasons why I did this and why I did that. This is just a way for me to just, like I was saying, keep accountable and keep me on that growth path and just keep on growing as a trader. So I'll show you guys my P&L on this trade I took. Now, one of the things that I'm coming across with my trading is I've built a lot of confidence in the last 4 months since joining ASFX. Doing my back testing, doing my markups, I've gained a lot of confidence in pulling the trigger on these trade setups. Now, when you're doing your markups and or your back testing, however you guys test the market and test the strategies, you will see a pattern. And the patterns that we learn at ASFX, our A1 and D1 entries, they're repeatable patterns that give you your edge. And when you start to do your back testing and you're going through the charts, you see the movement and how they play out. So you can determine the lower or higher probability setups using a set of parameters. And as we go through this trade analysis in a minute, I'll show you guys. I graded it a B setup because it had the higher probability, but I sized down for it because at the time of the trade, the entry candle that I was looking at looked overextended, but looking back at it, it wasn't. And also my trade management, something that I've realized that, yeah, I'm gaining confidence in my ability to pull the trigger, but emotionally, I'm still all over the place when I'm inside the trade. I'm taking profits too early. I'm not waiting for the correct R multiples to take profits, and I'm just emotionally a mess when I get in the trades is the best way to put it. So as you can see, also just to recap, I got a question the other day to recap how I'm what's with the one open price and different close prices. So no, these are not different entry prices. I'm not entering at multiple points. They're not different positions. This is just one trade, one position. And what I do is I close the trade in partials. So basically what you can do is in MT4 or Awanda FX trade, I'm not sure about other platforms, but what you can do is you can actually close partial positions. So if you take a standard lot, one lot size, and let's say you are up 1R, you can actually close half of that if you want, so 0.50, and you'll bag those profits into your account, and the remaining whatever's left will just either stop you out or keep going. So what I do is when I take, depending on the grade of the setup, C setups, basically kind of taking position size off and locking my stop. B setups, similar thing, but I'm waiting for the trade to progress a bit more. And A setups, I'm just kind of holding them because they're higher probability and I'm putting more size on them. So you want them to play out. So that's what that is. And as you can see, I took way too many positions off. This only should have been about 3 or 4 positions. As you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 positions off. And as you can see around the gain, how it's affected the gain as the trade progressed. This should have actually been more or less a 50% gain. Yeah, and it shouldn't have been off where I took it. So I'll jump into my chart analysis and we'll run through. We'll run through the trade first, and then I'll show you guys how I managed it and what I did wrong and how I shouldn't have. So let me just turn these off. All right. So coming into the day, the TDI was in the buy zone. So as I was saying in my previous videos, that with ASFX, we use the Traders Dynamic Index just to give us a market sentiment and kind of tells us what side of the market we should be on. And yesterday it was telling us to be bullish, looking for buy orders, and with the EMAs crossing as well, EMAs kind of jumbled up in here as well. I had it on my watch list, and I saw the potential of GBP pairs. When we jump to the 1 hour chart, I'll show you why the GBPCAD had my interest. So coming into the day, this made my watch list, saw price consolidating within the Asia session and a little bit into the London session. I saw this push out of the Asia session, and here comes my chart draws. That's all right. So yeah, I saw this push up, broke out of the Asia session, and then we retraced. This is when I got interested in looking at my entry. Now I'll jump to the 1 hour chart and I'll quickly show you guys what really gave me the confidence to go long. So last week we had this massive push up, and coming back to last week as well, you can see on the 1 hour that we broke below the 800 EMA, but we couldn't hold there for more than a day, and we pushed back up above it. We tested the 200 EMA here, which is the white line, fell below it again, tested it again, fell below it, and then we broke out. So, and then we're testing it down here as support. Now, that to me shows that we're gaining bullish strength, and we are, making higher highs, higher lows, basically. All right. So coming into last week, as I was saying before, we had this massive push on Friday to the upside, and I'll jump up to the 4 hour daily in a minute too. But what interests me was, on Monday we had this retracement. So this is just kind of textbook to me, where you get this massive extension, retracement, breakout, and then obviously a move to the upside. And also coming into it, you can see that after that retracement, we had a, you can see just in here that we tested this area as resistance, so these pins here, and then broke it on Friday like I was just saying, and then tested it. Now resistance becomes support. So price found a new level that it was kind of testing and holding at, which showed bullish signs and kind of a potential movement to the upside. And also, I don't trade chart patterns. I do use them in my analysis, but I don't trade them. They're too subjective, and yeah, I just don't really like them. But they're good for analysis and good to give you extra confluence in your trades as well. And as you can see, that we have this ascending triangle, which once again, textbook, kind of just consolidating in this range. Price broke out over here, and it retested. In here, retested the 8 and 21 EMA, and then like I was saying before, we'll go up to the higher time frames as well. So once again, the 4 hour, very bullish, price holding outside the 8 EMA, and then the daily chart is where it gets interesting as well. Bullish signs on here as well. That just gave me extra confluence using this high time frame analysis. And as you can see, last Friday we had this nice bar, and it broke this previous consolidation period, which obviously just shows signs of bullish momentum, and good sign for taking long positions. So back to the 15-minute, and now we'll go over why. Actually, I'll show you guys why I entered as well. So I think I just mentioned this before, that we got this breakout of the Asia session after consolidating within this retracement, like I'll show in the 1 hour. Extension, pullback, price kind of consolidated within this ascending triangle. This is what you can see here. We got this breakout, which is on the lower time frame, broke out of the ascending triangle, which is also the Asia range, and then it retested. And then going forward, just going more into depth on my analysis, price broke out, retested the 21 EMA, which is that red line here, and couldn't body or break below the 50 EMA. Oops. So strong signs for bullish momentum, strong signs to take a long position. And I entered pretty much on this candle here at 1.74614. Now, as I was saying at the start of the video, my trade management it's good that I'm being mindful. It's good that I'm catching myself doing this. And this is why I do these trade recaps and reviews, to kind of understand myself as a trader and get more personal with myself and just be honest with what I'm doing and what mistakes I'm making and just coming forward with them. So let me just rewind this a bit so we can see. So basically coming into the day, when I took the trade, I shouldn't have had taken profits where I did. So because I had graded it a B setup, like I was saying before, I should have taken profits off at 1R, but only a little bit, and then 2R. But as you can see, I took 2 positions off. Emotions got in the way. I was in a drawdown. My account was negative 1% as of ending my trading in August. So kind of there's an attachment there. I figured out that I want to get my account back to positive. So I was just trying to take profits to bring my account back into a positive state, which it did. So I achieved that goal, but that is not what you want to do. You don't want to be emotionally driven when trading, especially managing them. Because in the long run, doing this will actually kind of eat into your account, and you're just not going to make the best gains as you can. So as I was saying, I took 2 positions off here, which I shouldn't have done. I should have taken a little bit off at 1R, a little bit off at 2R, which was about here, and then I should have locked my stop loss in place, so it's a risk-free trade now. As you can see, price is holding the 8 EMA, so that's a great sign for just bullish momentum. And then I should have taken some more profits off at 3R, but as you can see, I just took money off the table at just random increments. There's not even a pattern, or it's not even following my trade plan or the process. Most of my trade I was meant to take off at this line here, which is the ADR, which is average daily range, which is the max range price kind of moves within the day, calculating 5 days previous. So as you can see, trade management is just very poor. Still 1.5% up on the day. Still a good outcome, but we shouldn't be outcome driven. We should be process driven. And seeing this in hindsight, it just gives me something to work on, something else to develop on. So going forward, what I plan on doing now is setting alerts at R multiples, and just when I'm in the trade, just walk away. Especially for A1 setups, as it's on the 15-minute chart. So I'm not managing it on a lower time frame. So that's my overall analysis. I will actually take you guys to the 1-minute chart as well. So this is something we also learn in the ASFX courses as well. And as you can see, let me just delete these. Not sure how well you guys are of divergence, but on the 1-minute chart, we had bullish divergence. So price made a lower low, as you can see here, but the RSI made a higher high, signaling bullish divergence, which means we could get a push to the upside. So there was multiple sets of that in with the 1-minute chart. So just little extra bits of confluence that signal movement to the upside that just gave me more confidence to enter this trade, and just extra little bits of confluence. But as I was saying before, trade management is where I'm lacking. I'm mindful, I'm aware of it now, and going forward, like I was saying, set alerts, walk away from the charts. When it hits my alert, that's when I'll come back, I'll take size off, and just follow my rules, follow my trade plan. So I hope you guys got a little bit of value out of that. Once again, it's good for me to vocalize this, get it out of my head, upload it to social media, YouTube, and just a way for me to keep accountable on my trading and keep developing as a trader. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.